guys, it's Girl on Grill and happy Valentine's Day. So today I wanted to think of something super special that we can make together and something that pairs perfectly with Valentine's Day. And I knew exactly what we were gonna grill up today. And that is lobster tail. Lobster tail pairs perfectly if you want to make a steak on the grill, if you want to, dip some strawberries in chocolate. So today I'm gonna show you how to prep one and then put it on the grill, and it'll be the best thing that you ever had. You'll be able to impress whoever is your Valentine's Day date, whether it's a galentine or a Valentine, they will love the lobster tail. So let's get started. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is go to the store and pick out some good looking lobster tails. Usually they come frozen. So what I did is I went to the store last night and I let them sit in the fridge overnight to make sure that they are not frozen so that they're all good to go. But if you did buy frozen lobster tail, you can soak them in cold water and they will de-thaw. Let's get started. So I'm usually not a big seafood gal, but lobster tail is like one of my favorites, especially if you have it dipped in butter. It's always a fan favorite. So I've got 2 lobster tail today. They're each about 4 ounces. You can definitely get bigger lobster tail. These ones are pretty small. Look at that. Wow, they look so good. You guys wanna see a fun little trick to make them look even cuter? You take the tail and you open it up. Look how cute that is. That just adds to the presentation. So the first step is grabbing your favorite pair of kitchen shears, and we are going to first cut down, straight down the shell on each one. So we can open it up and the presentation is going to be beautiful. All right, I got those cut up. Now it's all about how we are going to present them. So what you're gonna wanna do after you have a nice cut down the center, you're going to want to open up the shell. It's gonna be a little hard to get out, but you wanna pull all that meat out. So the first thing I'm gonna do to help is just smush the shells a little bit until you hear a crack. There's that crack. Let's do it again on this one. All right, now we are going to pull apart the shell and get some of that meat out. So this could be a little tricky because the meat sticks to the shell, but you're just gonna wanna get your fingers all up in there. You can use a spoon if you want, and just try to pull apart the shell from the meat. Let's get it pulled apart. Now you're gonna kinda wanna pull that meat out. All that meat that's in there, you wanna get it out, but not all the way. You keep it still connected on the back. Then what you're gonna do is push the shell together and lay, this is not that pretty, and lay the meat right on top. Okay, it looks a little crazy. That's exactly what you wanna do. I'm gonna cut some of these fatty pieces off and then it'll be perfect. All right, now let's do tail number 2. Again, we are just getting all up in there with our finger to disconnect the meat from the shell. Now let's pull it apart. All right guys, the hard part is over. Thank goodness, because it is a little hard to cut the shell and get the meat pulled away from the shell, but now it's time for the fun part, which is the seasoning. So everyone seasons their lobster tail a little different, but what I'm gonna do today is super simple because I know that some of you guys don't wanna follow super hard recipes, and I don't either. I want something simple, to the point, and it still tastes good. So we're gonna start off with some olive oil. You're just gonna drizzle it all on the lobster tail meat and just brush it in. All right, what I'm gonna do next is lift the meat up, and I'm gonna get a little olive oil on the bottom just to make sure you're covering all of the meat. Step number 2 is we're gonna go in with some garlic powder. Never have too much garlic. And then I like to give my lobster tail some color, so I'm gonna go in with some paprika seasoning, and that'll give it a nice red color. Now that we went in with some olive oil and paprika, I'm gonna do a little salt and pepper to top it off, and then it'll be ready for the grill. We are going to prep the butter before we get down to the grill because your lobster tail needs butter, and then we'll walk down there. Perfect. Your lobster tail is prepped and ready to go on the grill. You're gonna wanna preheat your grill or oven. I have an electric grill, so it gives me an exact temperature. You're gonna wanna preheat it to 375, let that warm up, and then you're gonna do about 1.5 minutes per ounce of your tail. And then you're gonna put it in for another 3 minutes to let the butter melt on it. So it'll be perfect. So let's prep the butter. Probably gonna wanna do like a half stick of butter. It depends on how many lobster tails you're making. I'm only making 2, so we just need a good slab on each of them. We're gonna cut it in half. We're going to put that butter into a bowl, and then you're going to add some minced garlic. Do garlic to taste. I like garlic. I'm gonna do about half a tablespoon of garlic. Put that in there. And then we're gonna put it in the microwave for a few seconds so it melts up. You don't want it super melty, but you want it melted enough where you can mix it. Now, we will save this for when we want to add it on the grill. Let me transfer the tails to this little pan, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, I will see you at the grill. We're at the grill, poolside, of course, and now we're going to throw the tails on for about 7-ish minutes, and then we're gonna open up the grill, slather more butter on it, close it for about 3 more minutes, and then they'll be good to pull off. Let's do it. All right, guys, we just took the tails off the grill, and let me tell you, they are looking and smelling delicious. If you have a Valentine's Day date, or even if you just want to cook for yourself, these are definitely what you need to make. Follow my recipe. Oh, that almost just fell out. Follow my recipe and you will be super happy, and so will your date. Pair it with some steak, some chocolate-covered strawberries, and you're gonna have yourself a night. If you want to see more of me, you can find all my links in the description below. Bye, guys.